Yeah, morning, morning, morning. One of the peeps. Forward. Yes, I. Morning, how that? Morning, morning. Share up the live, share up the channel. God, this morning, one of them rough morning. Audrey Cook, Elaine. Morning, Auntie Elaine. How is Georgia this morning? Yes, I. Morning, everybody.
Hey. Morning, everybody. Hey. Morning, everybody. Hey. Morning, everybody.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. Beat and teach. Wagwan, pastel. Morning. Georgia is cool. Fall is here. Oh. Kingsley, they say, you like the background? Wow. What a morning, eh? It's Saturday morning. First one in October. Big up on yourself, man. Big up on yourself. And welcome, everybody.
Big up on yourself, man. Big up on yourself. And welcome, everybody.
Share up the channel. Now share it up. We'll wait for some people because this morning we're not in the studio. As you can see, we are on the road this morning. Elaine, not far from you. Not far from you at all. So we're on the road doing our thing, say we not leave it out. Yeah. A whole heap of things we have to talk about this morning, Whole heap of things this morning. Tuesday night was a good show. We welcomed the new candidate to East Portland. Attorney at law Isaac Buchanan is the new candidate for East Portland. We welcome him because let me tell you something, as I've always said to you that I possess the capacity to change my mind on issues. If we are discussing an issue and you have a convincing position, I can see to it and change my mind. And I'm not somebody who stuck them head in the sun and my way or the highway like some people. I hear Dayton Campbell on the conference stage and he said that you have two types of comrade. One that will only work if them get what they want, and one work in spite of. And we have some of those comrades in Portland. We have some of those comers in Portland where if I don't feed them well, then prefer mash it up. Yeah. Now, Jamaica is at a place right now where it is only the PNP that can save this country. There is no other organization in Jamaica that can save Jamaica from the arms of these labor rights. Only one country, one party. Yeah. And if we miss this opportunity now to rescue Jamaica, Jamaica will hit rock bottom. I remember 2007 when the GLP won the election and everybody was excited. But the mismanagement started and the economy, they crashed the economy because after Omar Davis and PJ Patterson had rescued us from the IMF, immediately when Audley Shaw became Minister of Finance, he took us right back to the IMF. And the problem they had, they did not possess the capacity to pass the IMF tests. And in fact, Ralston Hyman always told us that they took the wrong deal, the wrong agreement they took at the IMF. And because of that, they couldn't manage what they had set out. And so we got kicked out of the IMF. No international lending agency would lend us any money. And therefore, the country was in a serious dilemma. Luckily for us, the people understood what was at stake and ensure that the election that followed, the People's National Party won. And the People's National Party won the election. And Portia Simpson Miller, along with Peter Phillips, as the Minister of Finance, plus whatever connections they had, hold on. Whatever connections they had with the Black Caucus of Congress, Yvette Clarke and people like those, they had to use those connections to beg for give me a minute. Yes, they had to beg. And I think at one time, I think Yvette Clark in a documentary we saw said she had to beg the president of the United States to get the IMF in to have a meeting with us, not to have the agreement, because the IMF would not even meet with the Jamaican government. The way how Audley Shaw and Bruce Golding and Andrew Holness mash up the Jamaican economy. And every time I hear people talk, they delete that period of time when Bruce Golding and Audley Shaw, Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, mash up Jamaica. And I was listening to a discussion earlier this week on TikTok with Vegas and some comrades. And they were trying to talk about health care in 2012 up to 2016 and the state of the health care. But a lot of people don't remember that Jamaica had the tightest fiscal policy then, because we, after those begging and those intervention by the United States government led by Barack Obama, that we didn't have any money. And what Peter Phillips and Portia Simpson Miller did was nothing short of a miracle to save Jamaica. So all our jump up now about Jamaica's economy or how good it is and whatever, that foundation, the entire foundation, was set after Bruce Golding. After Bruce Golding, then mash it up. Pringle. Where are you, man? You're live on the air, you know.
Yes, look here. What you said about Bruce Golding and me, Alisha. People have been saying this on the reform start, you know.
What reform start? They said mash up.
What enough people call for the sports station say this on the reform start.
God Almighty, man. But look here. You see, that's why I said to people in a pring, they say this program, yeah? What we talk is the truth. I don't come on this program on a Saturday morning and tell people that I am balanced. We talk the truth, and the truth was, you remember, Pringle, that PJ Patterson and Omar Davis cut ties with the IMF and said bye-bye to the IMF. You remember that? And Audley Shaw, leading up to the election, was talking about how we have borrowed expensive money because the interest rate was like 3% and 4% that we were borrowing at. And his argument that was that there are cheap money out there at 1% and 1.5% from the IMF, and they immediately, as they won the election, they took us back to the IMF and borrowed the cheap money. Fail every single test.
Then do two tests and then fail the first one and the second one, then give them bad figures IMF. Then run them away.
No, but remember they weren't recommended for the second test. Them never take the second test.
Yeah, because they run them with the wrong figures when then get.
Exactly. So go ahead.
Yes, with your thing now. I respect you because you say you can't win and you back out.
No, me not agree with that. It's not that I couldn't win.
Yeah, poor man when I work with you.
Right. So it's not that we couldn't win. The two man managed the two largest division as it relates to voters.
Right.
We had planned around them because we knew from day one that they weren't supporting my candidacy. So we never had any plans with them to help us to win. All we wanted from them was for them to vote. But the party is not managing East Portland. The party central is looking at it a different way and saying that those two gentlemen would be critical, especially on election day.
Right.
And if they are not working with you, then that is where you're going to have some difficulties. And I tried to convince them that, no, we don't really need them. Because the truth is, Pringle. And we've been saying people I say, boy, SHACKA, but I say, but the truth is that those two men can't help nobody to win. Anybody ever win the seat have to go out, they go do the work and find the voters them. And we were doing that. But the party never agreed that they weren't really needed. And that's why, because the main thing, as I've said it before, they can't help you to win, but can they cause you to lose the seat? And the answer to that is yes. And the fact that they can cause you to lose the seat and they will not come on board with me, then we agree that we would step aside and allow somebody who they will also agree. Because you see, them are the kind of PNP where it's either for them we are, they mash you up.
And if them even say them all lose, them now back out like you.
No, them no. Because listen, them do this already and lose, you know.
Right now.
No, 2020, see? 2020. After we did a survey and the people of East Portland was saying that they need somebody from East Portland to run. And when they realized that I'm going to get the seat, them said no. One of them went as far as saying him prefer work with somebody who him not know than work with me. And at that time I wasn't named as the candidate. I was an applicant. And they gave it to the pastor man, Bishop Jackson. Yeah? And we lose. Lose bad. So they are the kind of PNP where if I not feed them way, it now work. I am not that kind of person. I am willing to give people some rope and give people rope. Because God and time, nobody can beat that. And I always say to go ahead.
Them get a replacement very quick.
Yeah, well, while they were fighting, you know, while they were saying that they were not working with me, they had somebody that they wanted to get the seat. So when we had our discussion and that person, they put that person on the table and I did my assessment, I said to them, that person can't win the seat. That person not going to win the seat, so I need to go look somebody else. And that's when they approach Comrade Buchanan.
Okay.
And they said to me that, what you think about Comrade Buchanan? I said, send Comrade Buchanan. I will support Comrade Buchanan.
Okay.
Because I said to you know, my thing is about Jamaica, Portland. It's not about me. And I stepped into the politics because there are some things, Pringle, that I have been looking at for years that needs to be done in East Portland and weren't being done. And I said, listen, if I am making these suggestions to these men and they're not moving on it, go do it yourself, SHACKA. So that's my sojourn into politics, want to get things done for my people, wanting to see the growth of my country. It's not for me personally. I tell people all the while, God show me a way to make my money for myself and send my kids them go to school.
Gosh.
You know,
but look, you know,
mm-hmm.
here Mr. Buchanan do a few interview, right?
Yeah.
But I know if let me use them the call too. But the interviewer asked him about the question. I never hear him one time say, I tell you, I know if he use them the call and are good. I never hear him one time say, well, you know, when the marking say you're going about the consequence, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I never hear him one time mention him name say in check and name and discussion.
Well, I have not heard all the interviews. I've never heard it either.
You hear somebody interview and you never heard him mention your name?
No, I've never heard it.
Okay.
But we have been in discussions.
Okay. Well, you should have made that known so I move closely.
Mm-hmm.
And all the things he might give all the update about everything. I don't know if I'm foolish.
Well, listen, we have not had those proper meetings yet. We have met twice. We have sat down twice for maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes. So we haven't had that deep sit down as yet because I am actually. Huh?
You should mention that I have a few sessions with Colin. That would show that this is unity.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But you have the information more one interview. You never mention the man name whether they much here or what.
Well,
that not show unity to me.
Well, we are united, though. I can tell you that.
When him do interview, him to make the people know say we know attack. To me, I may be foolish, I don't know.
No, I don't think you're foolish. I think that is important. But
Okay.
we must also remember, and this is not excuse that I am making for him, but he's very young to representational politics. Is his first time that he's entering to this fray. You know? First time he might enter into it. So
he's a liar, right?
Right, so he's smart. He's a smart man.
Smart guy.
Yeah, man.
Very smart. And you should have smart enough for the first thing he said, attack with the previous caretaker.
But
that's how you did it to me.
But hear this, and you're right, I'm not saying you're wrong, but hear this. A fish is very good in water. If you give him a tree for climbing, can't climb it.
And then say a pilot can't drive car good.
Maybe not, but we're sure say a fish can't climb tree. You understand? So sometimes, you see, all of us have our different skill set, and we are good at different things. So I am not going to hold that against him. I am going to give him some time to get into the thing. As I said, I know that this is his first entry into representational politics, you know, and I am saying it without any water in my mouth that Isaac Buchanan have my full support.
You know, the next interview, he must answer to it. He must mention me. Just said to you.
Well, I will not say that to him, you know. So I don't know if somebody will hear and say to him, but I not tell nobody if you go on radio, go big me up.
No, me not talk about pick up. Me talk about like say on the same page.
We are though. We are.
Yeah, you and him know, and maybe other people know, but majority.
The world needs to know. I get you. I agree with you, Pringle. The world needs to know. I totally.
I believe you said this time is not your time, right?
Yeah, man. So I'm not going anywhere.
Well, look here. You're not going to have no time again, you know.
Eh?
You're not going to have no time again, you know.
Why you say that?
All right.
Talk to me.
You see when I decided that, wow, take you over from Wellness. Then spokesman in the radio station said, you are young, you should resign and come back again, wheel and come again.
So who young?
Wellness. When I decided.
Oh.
You know what program where they did have?
Yeah.
And then they go and vote out Wellness. Figure out the shot. You remember that chant there?
Yes.
And the man Papa radio station there tell him saying he's young. They look at him, they agree with the people them to make Alisha get it. Then I tell my man saying to resign and come back again because he's young. But I said to myself, who left the man alone? Left the man alone. Nobody never want to know the man get it. Who know fight the man. That was my view with the situation. And I say, spokesman, yeah, tell the man foolishness. Because any other resign, he will never turn leader again. You believe that?
You mean Mr. Wellness?
If he did resign the time, back no Alisha get it. Right? He will never turn leader in the party again.
No, I mean, I agree with that. Wellness, even though Mr. Wellness is still a young man.
Yes, but he would never turn leader.
Maybe.
Before the politics go,
no,
but never become leader again.
I don't agree with you because maybe he would be a better prime minister if he had taken some time and learned more, because all the kind of boo-boo we make now, you know, sometimes maturity would have taken care of that. But I tell you something, Pringle. Let me tell you this. I don't have to be MP, you know. I don't have to be MP. I don't even have to be councillor. What I want to see is my people living their best life and Jamaica achieving its true potential in the things that we are good at. I have gotten an opportunity to articulate a lot of the vision for East Portland and vision for Jamaica. And a member of my team said to me the other day in a meeting that, what if the candidate takes some of your ideas? Would you be okay with that? And I said, fully okay. Because as I always said to DP, the visions that I have been articulating, they are not mine. They are for the people of Jamaica and the people of East Portland. So once we get these things happening, I'll be a happy man.
Right.
You know, and if God's will that I should become MP or councillor, me or whatever, nobody can stop it, you know. Because my prayer to God was always, God, if I know you are giving me this, me no want it. And if you are giving me, no, nobody can take it. So I say God on time.
Well, my view, you know, is that to become a candidate again as an MP, it can be hard for you.
I don't see that.
That I my view, right?
I don't see it.
But we just see it that way.
But you know, something that I have been looking at, Pringle. I've always said that I would want to get into politics outside of East Portland. But there's a video on Facebook and TikTok where I'm gonna tell you about the price of a bottle of water and how the price of the bottle of water change in different location. Not change with the water, you know. It's just the location. And there's this saying that a king never get honor in his own town. And I said to somebody with the saying says a king, he never say I wanna be king, you know. A king never get honor in his own country. So sometimes we have to make up our mind to also move, and you know, because you are not valued in your local. You know, so sometimes maybe you need to move from that local and then you will be valued, you know. So I am looking at everything. But I don't worry about whether I become or not become. God's will must be done. Nobody can change it.
But you know, suppose you come to the test, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you have to go back in that. One at a time, then choose you to be a candidate for the same East Portland.
Mm-hmm.
And those two councillors still have them seat.
Mm-hmm.
Would you go and work with them?
Yes, man. Yeah, man. Of course I'd work with them.
When you see them on the know, you always say a high and by, right?
No, we sit. Listen, I am still the chairman of the constituency. So we have many meetings together. Yeah, man.
You want the fat man from me?
Eh?
You're different from me.
Yeah.
The man they will miss you now, you know. High and by, you know.
No, we have to sit down and discuss matters. Yeah, man, we have to sit down and discuss matters with them. You know, you see, bigger than certain things, you know, Pringle. And that's why I know say God have a purpose for me, because I have the ability to still sit down and show them respect. Yeah, man, I still show them respect. No, the truth is, you know, I can't say them stab me in the back in a Pringle, because none of them had ever said to me that they were going to support me. So I can't. So
why they don't want to support you?
It's a whole heap of things, you know. Pringle, let me tell you something. It's a whole heap of things. And let me tell you this morning, I have said a lot of things about those two men. So, I'm not going to tell you, say, I never beat them. Because I have said a lot of things about them as it relates to their... I tell no lie. I tell no... But my mother, Miss Mary Arthurs, grew me up on this. Truth is an offense. So when you get up every morning about you talk truth, you are going to offend people. And they are going to have you up for it and have you up for a long time. You understand? So when me come out publicly and say these two men has not delivered for the people of East Portland, it is true, but them vex. And them now forgive me for it. But I say, of course, I work with them because the PNP is an organization. It is the People's National Party, and I don't choose the members of the People's National Party. I don't choose who come on board. And you see, my training in the military also teach me to work with everybody. So I have to like you for work with you, you know. Me and you have to be friends for us to work together. You understand? Once we have a common goal, because there's more that unites us than what really divides us. But some people, as Dayton Campbell says, you have two type of PNP. One set where if them not get what they want, they will mash up the party. And you have the other set. Eh?
That time they were most likely Labour right.
Well, you see, me not go call a man Labour right, you know, because it's something that me not want nobody.
Almost. I said almost.
Well, me not even say that about them because me not like nobody refer to me as Labour right. Me take offense to that. You understand? Yeah, if you call me Labour right, I'm offended. Eh?
Say you are,
no man.
Almost.
Right, but me say even if a man say me you almost a hack like a Labour right, me no want to hear that. Yeah? But the truth of the matter is, Pringle, I believe that if you are a councillor or an MP for over 3 terms and you can't show me the tangible difference or achievement for the community and the people, I call you a failure. Yeah? And people are going to vex with you for that. And therefore, me understand where them are come from, how them hate me, because them not like me, Pringle. But me do what me do because God give me the ability and a God work me I do. And if me I try show people over the years, say, listen, if you are running the town of Port Antonio, there are certain things where you have to do. You have to go look investors for coming at East Portland, for invest in East Portland. And they can't show me one trip that they have made to get any investors. I said to people that when we have this Spanish invasion, that we have this whole heap of Spanish hotel that came to Jamaica, they started under the People's National Party. None never come to Port Antonio. And none of these guys can show me where they have gone out to get any of these people even to come to East Portland to look at what we have. And these are the failures that I talk about on a regular basis that they are upset with me for. But for me, I will keep saying the truth. And I am a revolutionary, you know. And some of us have to sacrifice for the betterment. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah.
I saw it go, Pringle. I never tell a man, say, I have never criticized these two gentlemen. I criticize them wicked. You know? And some of the things that I have said, maybe I should have said them a little different. You know?
Probably more diplomatic.
Maybe more diplomatic. There's one thing that I said. There's
play the right politics.
Well, I don't play no right politics because them days that when me attack me think them need to look on politics. But there's one thing that I said a couple of years ago that I would have said it different, being as mature as I am now, you know. But let that be.
Anyway,
blessings, my brother. 804-7072. You can call me on WhatsApp this morning. I can't take no straight call this morning. Yeah, I can't take no straight call this morning. Yeah, man. But my people, let me tell you something. I have no problem working with anybody who is working to achieve victory for the People's National Party. And may I tell you the truth? Me not have nothing, absolutely nothing against the two men. You understand? They did what they did, and there's a new candidate in East Portland. And therefore, me there. Morning. Morning and welcome.
Morning, Mr. Bell.
How are you doing, sir?
I am great.
Welcome to Portland Spice TV.
Comments about the Spanish hotels. And I have to disagree with you on that, because Portland is a unique parish with unique topographic, unique physical geographic, unique people. I am not disappointed that the Spanish did not invade Portland. In fact, I welcome that.
I am disappointed. Hold on. Let me just say this. I am disappointed. You can, from where you are, I don't know if you are even in Portland, but you can, from where you are, have a view, and I respect your opinion. But I am disappointed that we didn't even get one of those Spanish hotels, because it would create business opportunities and jobs for my people in Portland who have no jobs. Business opportunities are null, and therefore the people of Portland, what we are having is a massive brain drain in my parish. But continue.
I agree with you that there's a massive brain drain. I am one of those who left.
Because your name right, which right you're related to? Moortown. Good. Talk to me.
I was there recently too, so I am very, very well aware of the fact that there are no opportunities currently in terms of employment, but there are potential opportunities that doesn't require a Spanish hotel to realize these potentials.
That's just an example I used, but a lot of people are saying that we don't need large hotels in Portland. And I come against that in the name of Jesus Christ. We need at least 3 large hotels in Portland. It is not going to be like a Ocho Race or a Montego Bay. And I'll tell you where I would put those 3 hotels. I would put one on the top of Winifred Beach, not on the beach. I don't want anybody to say me I'll put hotel on the beach. On the top of Winifred Beach, I want to see Dragon Bay upgrade to maybe 400 or 500 rooms. And I want one on Navy Island. So that will not congest the place. And you can still have another one at Frenchman's Cove. Talk to me.
And those are potentially great sites, except for the Winifred one, because if you put it on Winifred, then the beach, you lose the beach to the public.
No, and that's why I say on top. So the beach remains a public beach, but the guests from
what's the occupancy room? The room for a large hotel in your mind?
I'm not talking about, well, when we say large, we're not talking large hotel like them. Even I'm talking about anywhere between 300 and 500 rooms. I don't want anything bigger than that.
Think about that. 500 rooms at full occupancy, right?
Right. You could have 1,000. You could have even 1,500 people.
And let's say 50% of the 500 rooms decide to use the beach. Think about the logistics of that.
Oh, man, it can work, man.
The logistics of that.
It can work.
All right.
Because remember now, those kind of hotel have big pool.
And that, but it's not something that we're not gonna go to war about, because you and I basically singing from the same hymn book. So we're not gonna war about that. But on the whole topic of economic opportunities for Portland and the reason why so many talented people have left Portland, there is no magic bullet to solving this. It requires ingenuity on the part of leaders and the part of local people to invest in themselves and invest in their properties. When I was there, I came across a young man who does farming, and he cannot find anyone to help him get his crops out of the field. And I watched him do his thing. I watched him cut his callaloo, and I watched him bag it, and he sells it to the local supermarket. And he cannot get anyone to help him. He's doing it alone. And I spoke to him about his challenges. One of his challenges is the lack of mechanical equipment to plow his land. He said the rather has one tractor, and the tractor broke down, and they have not had it repaired in a long time.
And because go ahead, finish.
You go ahead.
No, man, you finish your point.
Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, why is it that the government has not placed more emphasis on agriculture? Whenever the GDP of Jamaica goes up, agriculture is up. Agriculture is intrinsically linked to Jamaica's economic development, but the government pays lip service to it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you ever listened to any of Nigel Clark's presentation?
Yes.
Have you ever heard him spoke about agriculture?
No.
Absolutely not. And that tells you that if the man who deals with the purse have no interest in agriculture, agriculture is like a stepchild. And not a good stepchild, not by a good stepfather either. You understand? So
I understand that.
But let me, I want to go back to the hotel situation, because you are not the only person who keeps saying that Portland don't need large hotels and Portland don't need large cruise ship. A lot of people been saying that. And I said to them, you know, they kind of thinking with that is something that really upsets me. Why is it that we are afraid to give Portland the opportunity that we give other places? Portland, as a one parish, have more natural attraction than any other parish in Jamaica. So I heard a policeman once, he's a superintendent, I come from Portland, but he was saying that a cruise ship carrying 3,000 or 4,000 passengers come to Port Antonio, the town can't manage it. They're not just coming to the town of Port Antonio. We have a lot of attraction right around. I saw somebody saying that we need weekend cottages in Moortown and Ginger House and those places. But here's the difference. When you have a few of those hotels with 500 rooms, they are the ones who are going to market Port Antonio and market Portland. Right now, Portland is not being marketed. Yeah? And therefore, if you search Portland right now, we might have about 600 rooms when we bring in the Airbnb and the few guest houses and hotels that we have. We have never been able to fill those. Yeah? And our people are suffering from a lack of opportunity. We are suffering from a lack of jobs. And as I said earlier, when we send our children to school, to university, either locally or abroad, they cannot come back to Portland because they are nothing for them. And then our children starts at a disadvantage, because when I have my child and send my child to university in Kingston, if there were jobs in Port Antonio or Portland, my child could come back, live in my house, eat my food, use my current and my water for maybe a year or two while them start build themselves. Yeah? When they have to stay in Kingston, they have to start pay rent for 80,000, bus fare, all that kind of thing. So they are at a disadvantage. Why is it that people are saying that we don't need these things in Portland? How then do you plan to grow Portland?
You have a point with regards to that in terms of stemming the brain drain and providing opportunities for people who have gone out and get skills but cannot return to Portland to practice them. But it requires more than just hotels. Okay, it requires also a change in mindset of people that air conditioned office is the way forward.
No, but when hold on. When you change your mindset, what are they going to do? Please don't just tell me about mindset. Tell me what must the people do outside of what started Portland was tourism and farming, banana export. We don't have banana export, we don't have tourism. Some people don't want back the tourism. So tell me what the people must do. Tell me what is it?
Colin, tourism is important in Portland. Very important. And that is something that we need to push. Okay? We need to push that. But not everybody wants to come to Jamaica to a resort.
No, not everybody. We're not talking about everybody, my brother. When me I said to you, and I used to work at Dragon Bay up until its closure, right? Dragon Bay at the time had about 90 or close to 100 rooms. And Dragon Bay was the only hotel that was doing little marketing. So people would come to Portland because of whatever marketing Dragon Bay used to do. Nobody now is marketing Portland. Yeah? Farming is good. But remember, Portland is mostly hill. So we can't do the large scale farming that a Clarendon or a St. Elizabeth does. Tourism is not all, but tourism is the fastest way right now to kickstart our economy. Talk to me.
Our topography does not prevent us from doing large scale farming. Technology exists now, right? That you don't have to be doing that kind of farming anymore. You can use technology. You can use hydrotechnology to create mass production of vegetables. Those days are behind us. Okay, those days of waking up at 4 o'clock to go into the hills to plow land and cut grass and cut bamboo and burn bamboo and then plant. Those days are behind us. Technology is available for that. That's why I'm saying the government needs to get behind agriculture, not just in Portland, but right across Jamaica.
Agree.
So that we can raise our production levels.
Agree. I agree with all of that.
And not everything that we make, we export as raw crap. We can do value added. We can process stuff to make it, to add value to it. We can get mangoes. We can dry mangoes and package it. The same thing with other foods. We can make jams, preserves, and all of that. There's so much opportunities, and I am drawing up a plan because I don't just want to talk about it. Okay, I'm gonna do something. All right. I've already sat down with a few people, and we're coming up with ideas, and then we're going to get our seed money. Are we coming back? I'm just going to leave this to some people to come into Portland and take the best of Portland and leave out the people, because once the people leave, then it creates opportunities for others to come in and take over. And
I can tell you the people are leaving.
I know that. The population of Portland is declining. I know that. Not only are people leaving, but people are not having children as much as they used to. Okay, so I am very well aware of that, and that is one of my concerns.
Mm-hmm.
And I implore people like you who is on the ground right now, to start educating people more about opportunities.
Well, that's what we do here on a Saturday morning. That's what we do. I mean, my main thing though, is the culture and the creative industry. That's my main thing. But as it relates to Portland itself, Portland is too beautiful that we don't have more tourists coming to Portland. And
that's true.
And what I am looking at, and what I agree with some people, is that we look at the high-end tourists for Portland. However, we do not have the infrastructure right now to accommodate any high-end tourists. True. And that's why I speak about the World Reggae Park on Navy Island that will create that opportunity for high-end tourism, my brother. But we have to go. We'll talk again.
All right, respect, man. When I come back, may you will link up.
Blessings, man. One love. Thanks for the call.
I get B-boy and may you link up.
All right, we'll go keep in touch. Cool. Auntie Dawn, morning. Auntie Dawn?
Yes.
Morning.
Blessed love to you and your the persons on your platform.
Yes, man.
I am listening to your last speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I have a problem with us as a people.
Mm-hmm.
And there is an attitude that things can't coexist. Things can't
Thank you.
Simultaneously.
Thank you.
And so the issue shouldn't be whether it's agriculture or tourism.
We need all of them.
Agriculture and tourism, because you can't have tourism either without agriculture.
No, you can't have tourism without culture.
Yeah, yes. And the thing is, yes, we agree that Portland has a different geographical outlay and so. So you're not going to have the type of development like in the Ochi and the Mobile.
And we don't want that. We're not looking for that.
No. From I was working in Portland in the 90s and right up to different times up to 2018. And you always hear that said. Any meetings, anything, any kind of development discussion, people, the Portlanders acknowledge that is not that type of tourism. They want tourism.
Of course, we don't just want tourism. We need tourism, Auntie Dawn. We need it.
I listened to when you identify areas that larger hotels could be built.
Mm-hmm.
And I buy into that. Because yes, you're going to need some larger hotels, because don't care what, some people, it's not everybody want the Airbnb or all hotels. You have some people like to see the big flashy hotels too,
Yeah. And what that does, Auntie Dawn, we have to also remember that if you have a 500-room hotel, you're going to market that on the international stage, right?
Yes.
And when you market that on the international stage, you're not only marketing your hotel, but you're marketing the destination, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you market the destination, everybody's going to benefit. Your hotel, which is the big hotel, going to benefit. The Airbnb going to benefit. The average man going to benefit. And I said to people all the while, Portland offers more than most places, because hear this.
Yes.
We offer the sun, sand, and sea like everywhere else. But we offer heritage tourism because our history is strong. We offer ecotourism because we have World Heritage Site, Blue and Jankro Mountain. Yeah? So we have way more.
People who want to come try, see the giant solitaire butterfly.
Right. And we offer health tourism with our flora and fauna that we have when you do the ecotourism that you will also experience.
And I also heard you mention that people don't want large cruise ship coming because to go pack up Port Antonio.
The crazy.
First of all, it won't be there for 3-4 days.
It's one day.
So, usually just few hours.
And you're going to sell the tours. People going to go to Reach Falls.
And it's not. Listen, when a lot of the big vessels go on the North Coast, plenty of them don't come off because they don't have anywhere to go,
Exactly.
So you have the Rio Grande Valley
rafting.
Can carry them.
Right.
Rafting.
We have the eco.
Some can go rafting. Some can go look at the maroon community.
Because hold on, Auntie Dawn. Remember, one of my vision is to build a maroon village in Moortown,
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. So when you build that maroon village in Moortown, that is also a major attraction that people will go to. People will go to hiking for the World Heritage Site, the Blue and the Jankro Mountain. People will go to the Blue Lagoon. Remember, we have gastronomy tourism because there's no place like Boston, and that's why I'm disappointed with how we treat Boston.
Just driving.
How we treat Boston Anti-Don is an injustice to what Boston offer to Jamaica and to Portland. And that's why I said to people that East Portland needs help, that our people can benefit.
Boston really, the government should be the one that make things available for the business persons there, you know.
Of course.
They can put in
the infrastructure. Yeah.
And people, So when you go and go lock it down and say the people, but first of all, Boston is not private property, you know.
It is. Some of it is.
It is, no?
Yeah. So there are some spots there that are private. But what?
Government have ways and means.
All right. I said to the people of Boston that whole area needs to be bulldozed, flattened, and proper shops built. Put in that infrastructure and get the people to really produce. The people who are living there, the people who have personal property there, give them property somewhere else. We have enough land in Portland. Yeah? Acquire, the government should acquire that spot, pay who have spot there, put in the shops, have some.
Just like when you want land for the highway.
Yeah, have somebody to manage the area. Because Boston can benefit Portland.
Yeah. Another thing that I was looking at, even just for the cruise liner. People just some of us, because I worked up in the upper Rio Grande Valley for a few years.
Yes.
And I always say, up there, so you just want to drive, go up there and drive, come back down, you know. You don't have to do nothing.
And you see the beauty. You see the beauty. Yes. All right, there's a place when you're going to Windsor. You know Rivers View, Anti-Don. You know Rivers View, right? And that part where a couple rivers meet right there, so. No matter how many times I go into the valley, and I have gone into the valley now, me can't count, I still stop and admire that spot. Still stop and admire it. The way the place is just beautiful. Portland has so much to offer.
What is nice too, when you drive up and go up into Comfort Castle and look to the top of the mountain. Especially when the sun is shine, or sometimes when rain fall heavy, and then after it stop, and you see the 7th or the 8th waterfall up there.
Right. Look here, man.
In the top, that only show up when you have a period, a rain. And then it just crystal and the sun take it. So I say you don't even need to have anything up there more than people to drive up there.
We have a lot of tours that we could do in Portland.
Yeah.
And that's why
some people may not want to hike. They might just want to drive out and see something different. Right,
because when you are marketing and you do the pictures and the videos, and these are shown on the cruise ship when the cruise ship are coming. And I mean, when you have a hotel with 500 rooms where you are selling tours, I mean, the tour operators will be making money. The people who cook on the roadside will be making money. Listen, man, me resent the people when I tell me about Portland don't need this and Portland don't need that. You know, I resent them.
There is a fall in Portland that named SHACKA Waterfall.
It's the most beautiful falls in the parish. Most people don't know it.
You know, a lot of people think say me come from Portland, people outside of Portland.
But the kind of work that you were doing in Portland, you would have seen these places.
And I will tell people that when you hear people talk about how Portland pretty, it's just the coast road them drive on. You know?
Yeah, that's all them see.
The beauty of Portland is interior.
Listen, have you ever gone up to Bonneview? Have you ever gone up to Bonneview Hotel, the former Bonneview Hotel?
Yes, I went there before it shut down.
And when you look down in a Port Antonio?
I was listen to me, even when you go up at the hospital and look.
Even just up at the hospital and look down. Yeah. Few places in the world have that kind of view.
listen to me. I remember the first time I went up to the hospital. I said, but if you come up here sick, you must get better. You know? I mean, I remember after working in Portland, I got a job working in Kingston, in a city communities. And we make sure, you see, when we have we plan training for the community, well, it was between Kingston and I think it's from Mobile was started. We make sure we because we want the community people to know the different sections of Jamaica. We make sure we have training sessions in Portland. So Mobile people, Kingston people, and I think there was another parish. No, it was just Kingston and Mobile. All of them, they meet in Dragons Day, we carry them. We had a one-day training up at Bonneview Hotel. Then, another time you carry them go Mobile somewhere. And it's so, when we carried them to Dragon Day, it was like 2 nights we had them there. And listen to me, man. The people them said they never know them a place exists in Jamaica.
my.
So you see, and I mean, I used to come to a lot of workshops and so in hotels in Portland, and people always enjoy coming. You just
how many people are aware, you see, that the first all-inclusive hotel in Jamaica was in Portland?
I was told about the one up Titchfield.
No, Frenchman's Cove. It was the first all-inclusive hotel in Jamaica.
Oh yes, because remember we go there one time, and well, there is a lot of things that they didn't have, so we never did enjoy my time. But the location is nice.
The location is Frenchman's Cove is something else, and that's why I'm saying to people like a Frenchman's Cove, you can have a nice 3 or 500 rooms hotel in that area. Dragon Bay, you bring up Dragon Bay.
You also have where you see you also experience a river come out in the sea.
Exactly. Dragon Bay have a river too, you didn't know that?
Yeah. But you see, I don't know. When we were doing that around Portland, they have 17 rivers,
Portland.
17 rivers. And 7 them in the upper Rio Grande Valley. 7 out of 17.
Yeah.
And even looking at Portland, when even drought, because in 2018 when I was there, some serious drought did I like Portland.
Yeah, we're not getting rains like we used to before. We're not getting those kind of rains again.
When you drive from Fruitfulville to go over in a rock hall and so, you see where the street in them dry up and so.
Yeah.
But even I did 3-year drought and all, I think Portland still lush and green,
Yes.
More than anywhere else,
Auntie Dawn.
So it's only the Portland people know that drought in a Portland.
Auntie Dawn, I am warning Portlanders that a lot of people from outside of Portland have no intention to see Portland develop. And I use the old time saying that while the grass are grow, the horse are starved. Portland people are starving. We need opportunities. We need development. Yeah? And that's why I said to people, and I want to put a statue of Nanny in the town square of Port Antonio. And build that maroon village in Moortown. That is to grow our heritage tourism. And when you mix that with ecotourism, the Rio Grande Valley would be booming. You would see. I said to them that if I had my way, you would be seeing at least 30 tour buses daily in the Rio Grande Valley. People just touring, looking at birds, looking at the sights, getting a dip in the river. Yeah? And any great development of tourism in East Portland will also affect the bath fountain in Eastern St. Thomas. there is also a trail called Kunu Kunu Pass that you can go through Millbank and come down into St. Thomas. Go Bowden and exactly. So a whole heap of people don't know these things about the parish Antidan, so them chat one bag of crap all the while. You know?
Well, let me close off by saying that I hear you always make reference to your mother say the truth is an offense. But,
yes.
But I always say to you, the whole thing is the truth is an offense, but not a sin.
And not a shame either.
Not a sin.
It's not a sin. No, it never be a sin. It is an offense, but it's not a sin.
Right. So as a child, that is how I used to hear them say, the truth is an offense, but not a sin. And so, like we said, you have a vision. It's not everybody who have vision can carry it out. But the fact is, nobody can say them do or hear. And
the vision will never die.
I hope the PNP listen and listen carefully. Nobody don't expect a magic one say going to happen, not even in the first term. But some things can start.
Yeah, of course.
Low-hanging fruit can start. Agriculture is a low-hanging fruit can start.
And Antidan, to be...
There was up in a Portland and was up in the valley and people look like they eat rose apple up in the valley, you know.
Let me say this to you though. Let me say this. Let me say this to you. To build the East Harbour will not take 3 years. The East Harbour can be done in 2 years. To build a 500-room hotel is a 2 or 3 years project. It's not no long project, Antidan.
And you also, as politicians, you also have to consider our technocrats and our public sector workers. And
not putting that in the mix, Antidan, you know why? When you go down to the North Coast, hotel are built down there every God Almighty day. What happened to Portland?
No, you see, the thing is, I'm hoping that the investment also will be local investment.
Well, me no business where the invest right now. Right now, me no business where the investment will come from. I want it start. I have a video on TikTok that I think it gone over 10,000 views. That I was showing some people a hotel, one of the newest hotel in Jamaica, just maybe about 3 months ago. Yeah, in Trelawney. Look at what is happening in Trelawney. Look at what is happening in Trelawney.
Yet still, when the cruise them come off Falmouth, the people don't know if
they don't know if you go cut Trelawney no have, as I said earlier. Portland as a one parish have the most natural attractions as any one parish. I'm not talking about man-made attraction. Natural attraction that just needs to be pedicured and fixed up nice and ready to accommodate visitors and people make money from them. Plus what man go and build. You understand? Look at Nonsuch Cave. Nonsuch Cave has been closed for many years because we don't have visitors to keep it up. There's no falls. The falls has been discovered in Nonsuch. I haven't gotten a chance to go there yet, but I am going to go there very soon. So Portland have what it takes.
As a parish, you can just have tours driving through Portland. But tell you, say, may enjoy driving, like go up to Swift River, go Fruitful Vale, go over and go through and go up a Rockall and come down. You see coming down all from Rockall and come down after that.
Oh, you see some views, you see some sights. Yes. Antidan, listen me now, man.
And
listen
so,
me now.
And so, you know, because I tell people, you know, I love Portland, you know, just even thinking about Portland, I love Portland, you know, Kingston, born and grow.
Listen me, man.
And we know the whole, we know the 14 parishes in Jamaica.
Yes.
We know
yes.
that. Me, I work on Negril already. I may drive from Negril, go to Port Antonio for weekend with friends them in a Portland. Me alone take the 7 hours drive.
Well,
Portland, man. Portland nice.
Portland is lovely and has a lot to offer.
Want it, and we hope the people them will see the vision and stop being easy like Sunday morning.
Too easy.
Yeah, man. You need the people them, but like we always say, Aluta continue.
Blessings, Antidan. Blessings.
Yes, I'm a glad self. you have someone will come where you and them can work, because like I put it in the chat, you are one revolutionary, you know.
Long time.
The struggle is real.
Yes, man.
And you have to, when you're in the army, you don't have to love nobody.
Nah,
just like if you go to work,
yeah,
you
man.
have to love your co-workers.
We don't have to be friends.
You have to make the end result.
Yeah, man, we just be professional about it.
Yeah.
Blessings.
And so it's good when you get someone that you can work with. And I hope he will also share your vision so that you move forward. All right, so
blessings.
Real talk.
One love. Yeah, man.
Yes, give that.
Yeah, man. 804-7072. That's the number we are working with this morning, and we're just taking WhatsApp calls. My people, I'm telling you something. If you're living at the king house, and you don't know, say you're living at the king house, and everything in there, you still will suffer. And I quote it every day from Bob Marley's song, "In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty." Yeah? And you see, people are suffering, you know. I'm telling you that. Because you know what God does? And this just a come to me now. God show you a way. Show you clear, because God not hide things from you and then suffer you say you never do it, you know. Him show you first. And say, see it here. See the vision here. And if you not take it, you suffer. Because God said, let the wheat and the tears grow till the day of harvest. Some people say, why God never does give you? But God gives you a choice. God gives you a choice. And God show you the vision and says, see it here, all these things are available. Now make a choice. And you allow one or two man to deal with it and mess up the whole thing. Jacinth, morning. Morning, Auntie.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning and welcome to Portland Spice TV. We are live on the air.
Okay. I'm just listening and I'm just like, oh my God, that's such a good idea. And I have to tell you that, as you know, I'm from Berridale.
Yes.
And it's just a pleasure when I go to Berridale and when I come back to my job and I show people this is where my paradise. And every single soul just say, oh my God, this is so good. They always, when I tell them I'm going back home, they're so excited because they know the fun I'm going to be having. And even for my kids that born here, they think it's just a privilege for me to come from Berridale when they come there and see what I have.
Yeah.
They think it's paradise.
But it is.
So I'm with you 100%, and I'm behind you 100% to build Portland. Because as I said, to me it's paradise. I even go to show them, like on my mom's house, the veranda overlooking the Rio Grande.
Wow.
And I said, okay, this is my ocean view and more. And at the back, I'm looking at all the green trees. And I said, this is my garden view. And they're so excited.
Hey,
so
Auntie Dawn, Auntie Jacinth,
I'm promoting, yes.
you ever go up a Stone Hill, Chateau side, and look down in the Rio Grande?
Oh, no.
You need to see that. You need to see that. Those of you who know where Chateau is, you go up Stone Hill. Now, Chateau gives you a two-side view. It gives you a view of the Caribbean Sea, looking at the West Harbour and the East Harbour with Navy Island. And then you just stand up and turn around and you look down in the Rio Grande. Oh, something to behold.
I've never been there. I guess my next trip.
Yeah, man, go past, because you can see Berridale from Chateau, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yes, man. When you go Chateau, you look straight in a Berridale. And you look, and you're looking at the river coming around the curves and beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And even for the fall that you're talking about in Lancet, my friend went there and she showed me a picture. It's very beautiful also.
Prettier than Scatter Waterfalls?
Well, you know what? I'm so near to Scatter Waterfall. I've never been there.
You never go over there yet?
No.
Just sit you are beaten. Oh, you finna go. An easy walk, a 10 minutes walk on the level. And I like you have to climb the hill. You go up on the raft, 10 minutes walk and you're around there. 2 falls around there, they are beautiful. You must go look on them, Jacinth. No, when you come back at Jamaica, don't come up back and go over there. Go look.
Okay.
I believe that I've never seen the Nonsuch Falls, but outside of the Nonsuch Falls that I have not seen yet, Scatter Waterfalls are the most beautiful falls in Portland. Prettier than Reach, prettier than Somerset.
Next trip.
Yeah, man.
But I can't wait to see the Port Anthony develop.
We're working on it. And as I said to people, I am not walking away from the politics. I've stepped aside for now, and I am working with Comrade Buchanan. And as I said, the vision can't die. And we are going to be moving to get some of these things implemented for the people of Portland.
I agree. I support you 100%. So, okay. Have a good day.
All right. Thanks, Auntie Justin. Bless up.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. 804-7072. This morning look like we're talking about Portland. Because, you see, I tell people every day, I live in Portland by choice. It's a choice. I could have run off like a whole heap of other people. I could have packed up and live America a long time. Or live in Canada, or live in England. Yeah? But my work is to see the development of East Portland. That's not my job, that's my work that I've been brought here for. And we're going to do the best we can. Yeah? So, me not worry about who fight me. Because all of them that will fight me, I fight themselves. Like Dennis Brown says, sitting here watching fools fight themselves. Those who don't want to see a native Portlander become the member of parliament, you think you do it to me? You are doing it to your children and their children. And I mean, you do it too. Because what me want to do is broke the glass ceiling and open the door for every Portland picnic. Boy and girl, every Portland child. And those of you who are fighting my advancement, that is what you're fighting. You're fighting every child that born and grew up Portland. You're fighting every youth that born and grew up Portland. You have not been able to deliver for the people of Portland and East Portland. And because you have not been able to deliver, you don't want to see nobody from here deliver. So you prefer anybody who come, even if they don't have a plan for Portland. You don't mind. I know that. But we are going to continue the struggle. We are going to continue the struggle. Because we have too much as a people to be suffering. Yeah, man. Too blessed to be so stressed. Too anointed to be so disappointed. Portland, the only parish where the air smells different. Let me tell you something, man. Some place that Portland for go. Some sites that Portland for see. That's why Errol Flynn came to Portland and never wanted to leave. He described Portland as a woman, like into a woman's breasts. My American son-in-law came to Norwich Heights and asked why would he leave this place? Why would he leave this paradise? See the Rio Grande and the because some place in Norwich Heights, you're looking at the Blue Mountain from one side. I have a house in Norwich Heights. And one side, you're looking at the Blue Mountain range. And when you come on the front balcony, you're looking at a ocean view. Sexy. How many of you have ever looked at the Blue Mountain from Folly, let's say you're coming from east, you're coming from Draper's side, and you come right down to Folly on a morning where the sun is bright, and you see why the Blue Mountain is called the Blue Mountain. It's blue, spectacular. Spectacular. Yeah, man. Oh, gonna smell like Portland. Kokis, I am on the ear now, so if you want to talk on the ear, that are the uncle talk, we're going to talk, but me up on the ear right now. Yeah, man. The government is serious about marketing Portland. Or if the government is serious about marketing Portland, a JTB office would be there. I have been hearing that development within the tourism industry will come to Portland since I was in high school. And Kerry, that's why I said to people, and I said to Portlanders, if we continue the way we've been doing, we will not see the development. Because any city, any town, anywhere that is developed, somebody has to drive that development. There has to be somebody who is going out there to seek the investors, to push open the doors, sometimes turn over the table in some boardroom when you want to take what is coming to your town to another town. Somebody has to stand up for it. And what has been lacking in Portland over the years, we have not had anybody in leadership who stood up and defend any kind of investment for Portland. Nobody. And I make no apologies about that. We have never had anybody who say, yes, Portland must get this. Yeah? I remember the Southern Coastal Highway that was supposed to be that new road that would come in from Harborview into Portland. Yeah? That new alignment. I remember I was told about the change. The first time I was told about the change was by Darrell Vaz. And he was a happy man. That they're not going to build the new road, they're going to fix the existing alignment. Yeah? So we never have nobody where I push out them neck for we and insist. There are arguments that the Falmouth Pier, that it was a toss-up between Port Antonio and Falmouth. I don't sure if that is so. But it went to Falmouth. And I am of the opinion that we never have that strong will MP. Because let's look at the MPs that I spoke to. Donald Rudd. Donald Rudd is a easygoing gentleman. Very easygoing. Now ruffle no feather. Dr. Bloomfield. Very easygoing. Now ruffle no feather. You understand? You never have nobody where militant to stand up for the parish or the constituency. So that is one of the things that East Portland has been lacking. Somebody to stand up, to stand firm. And that is what I am ready to offer. Somebody will have to stand up for Portland and say, a Portland time now. We have to get our share. Yeah, man. Fitzroy, I will have a blind bat team must start Portland. Blind as bat. Blind. Can't even see for them way through. Much less we go see our way for anybody else. I have sat on the Chamber of Commerce. And right now, there's no Chamber of Commerce in Port Antonio. Dead like doornail. Dead. No Chamber of Commerce. I'm not sure what is happening with the PDC. Yeah? So, my youth, And that's why I'm trying to appeal to the average man in Portland. The average man in Portland. Open your eyes. I am doing the best that I can do to change the status quo. And I will continue. I will continue to do the best that I can do. But let me tell you something. There's good and evil, you know. There's good and evil. And the devil is out there. And somebody called me the other day and said, Shaka, you know what? It is one of your problems. You constantly say that you're... Hold on there, my brother. Hold on there.
You're not answer the 804, man. You're not answer 804.
Me not answer 804. No, man, but we can't talk. Oh, Lord. I see the missed call. Me not understand how me miss the calls. Yeah, me not understand how me miss the call. But we could talk on this, man. We can talk.
You can talk on this?
Yes, man. Go ahead. Welcome.
All right. Great. How you doing?
We're good enough. We're there.
Yeah, man. I've been embracing the sentiments, qualitative sentiments being expressed this morning here on the development profile and processes, yeah?
Yes.
And also the vision. And I thought that, it was, well expressed by the contributors this morning, yeah?
Yes.
Well expressed, yeah? And by yourself. And it tells a very good story, you know. Yeah, because what it says is that we are able to contribute more than what is necessary to have the kind and quality development from an indigenous point of view. Because people run up and down, go all over the place. They try to look investors and so for what? They don't even know what they're looking investors for. No? Because if it is not mining, it is tourism, or it is something that doesn't redound to the kind of benefits that we should be receiving. It has nothing to do with us. And so you notice the makeup of a government. Look at the kind and quality people that they have holding down this position. It tells a damning story. It tells a story that the system is not designed to accommodate, not even perspective, but ideas, from the bottom. So it's a top-down process which excludes, that which is necessary, the ingenuity, the creativity of the minds of our people to bring about, development from the ground, expansive development too. Because just check the discussion you've been having from morning, It tells a big story about how we can spread, development, And we didn't have to go far and wide to do same. But there is two ways, that if not employed, to facilitate the build out of any kind of development that is relevant to us, because development that is being pursued now are not relevant to us. You get what I'm saying to you?
Talk to me.
The kind of development that is being proposed by yourself and your speakers, are relevant to us. Yeah.
Yes.
Because go to the heart of our livity, where we are, our spaces will be developed. But if you note how development is being practiced, it tells a big story about the intention of the developers and the conceptualizers of a static development profile. All right, so one thing that is central and vital, and without it, there can be no development. What is that, Shaka? One thing is the mother of development, the mother of all existence, and that is Earth.
Mother Earth, talk to me.
Earth, Mother Earth. So you see what I go.
And you have to protect Mother Earth and ensure that
you have to protect Mother Earth, and develop Mother Earth, according to its sustainable disposition.
That's the word.
So
sustainable.
You can't develop it while you kill it.
Talk to me.
You get what I'm saying?
Talk to me.
And in order to sustain it and preserve it, yeah, we have to embark upon a process of education. Education has to be at the base, but I want to logically execute the profile. So the earth, the land, the proprietorship is central to any kind of development. And I am going to be very brutal yet not offensive. You get what I'm saying to you? It cannot be. You see, Portland is a unique enclave.
Of course.
A very unique enclave, right? It cannot move. It can, it can if we ignore, but we won't be able to expand the offings, yeah, and the benefits for the people, yeah, to absorb everybody, So the land, Shaka, it cannot. When I come into Portland and I see the vast expanse of unutilized and underutilized land just lying there, and your people are just walking up and down, and all them can just look at it. The point I'm making, Miss whosoever she name cannot hold such vast acreages of land underutilized and unutilized, and you have no space in order to effectualize development processes relevant to the people of this country. You get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that those lands were taken away by Michael Manley one time.
I know.
And let me just finish it by saying that after Michael Manley took the lands,
such man return it.
Eddie Siaga come back and cook and cook cow and get back.
Yeah, man, and return it, man. it means, people in this country is just up and down, and echoing chants, and gesticulating, about politics, And so the system is designed to keep the people hostile to each other about politics, whether verbally or violently,
Yeah.
So that the people will not focus, and they can't focus because look at what is happening now. Our people are not being educated even basically, yeah.
What? No,
people are
I don't want you anger me this morning, Mystical. And I tell you why. When you start talking about education this morning, and I know that this is not exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about generally, but it brings me to remember that Titchfield High School and Happy Grove High School are still not fully opened.
But Colin, if education was a priority, education is not a priority in this country,
No time.
It is even third on the scale, and it is deliberate. You talk about African people, man. You think nobody respect we around here? You see the quality kind of governance and government that we have.
How after COVID?
It's a racist kind of government, man.
How after COVID you allow schools to be in this situation? Not fully open September morning, now it's October morning, and these schools have to be alternating class in certain on days.
Brother.
When we have only 18% of our students who sit the CSEC examination passing 5 subjects or more,
Colin,
including math and English.
It is deliberate. You think our people leaving here to take on opportunities abroad is something that is just being, people are just being attracted. It is deliberate to frustrate our people so that they move, so that they can get way off of the land, they can get the educated off of the land, they can get the trained off of the land.
And so get some more slaves.
Populated by people who them just have gun at them head, uneducated, illiterate, yeah? And who you can feed with a bullet every day of them life, and that is what you condition them to do. So everything around here, and I don't think that it's because of the lack of resources, It is deliberate, because if it is the lack of resources, resources must be trained in a logical developmental way to look at the priorities that need to be hoisted first and foremost, so that we can have a timely, organized, development profile. And a development profile thrives on sound education. Education in all respects.
You need that base. That's the foundation.
You need that base. Exactly. And that is how you are going to be magnetic. And so you're going to attract
rather than repel. You can we don't repel with people, we don't attract anything,
No,
we don't
not
attract
at all.
the kind and quality profile and development that we need to have. Yeah, because these people are scientific. Their political science is designed to have the effect. Any outcome you see are generating in Jamaica is something planned. You go anywhere and look
because
at
Mystical, and I have to agree with you, because when I look at the whole thing, Mystical, Jamaica is not short on resources. We are not short on resources. So why are we suffering? Why are we so poor?
Colin, look at this. Look at this. Let us just use two examples. Yeah, $21 million is available. Yeah, out of that we can pay down our debt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how much is used to pay down the debt when only 2 is required to pay down the debt?
We're paying off
$2 billion is required. How much you think?
And we're paying off the debt. Wholly more. Why?
They are using to show the people wicked, and don't respect us, I don't respect where we are coming from and where we are and how we can ascend at a faster pace. And anybody defending this kind of administration and the way they are going about to run the country, I mean, are damning the prospect of their brothers and their sisters.
No, man. Mystical. They are bossy slaves. Bossy slaves.
Listen to me, man. Listen to me. 19 billion is used to pay down when only 2 is required. That is not wickedness. You tell me if that is not wickedness. You know what $19 billion could do?
I have been saying to people that if you want to develop the orange economy, the culture and the creative industry, where the average man in the street can start create wealth for himself, the government need to invest 20 billion Jamaican dollars over 3 years. And the returns would be 30 billion US annually. And nobody wants to take up that. Why?
And that is easy. That is easy. No, if you look at the other, the finance minister, I told you last week or the week before now, that man should not be allowed to leave this country until he can defend the action that he has taken.
But Mystical, you realize what the man come out this week and say now? You realize when come out this week and say? The man come out this week and say he's borrowing $60 billion forward payment on the Norman Manley International Airport. For 60 billion, so for 12, is what? It's 12 years? It's 12 years when so the man a forward borrow the money.
You can imagine that.
What Bob Marley say, you heat the bread of tomorrow, today.
Yeah, near me told. You don't think that these people are wicked. See, are the devil them people. And see, all right. So if a big institution like IMF could have iced that man, see, say them wickeder than the man. And him could only be a part of that process if him wicked too.
Yeah, but listen, IMF is not an organization that grows developing country.
Yeah, man.
So
we know
it's not for growth. It's not for growth. Is that he's a part of them?
Yeah, man. You are them. You're a tentacle of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah. And you have been here suffering us for all these years. Suffering us, but you're paying on that. You see the reason why
faster than you need to. The man is building resume.
You see the reason?
The man is building his resume is selfish.
At the expense of his people. What a wicked. Yeah? You see? And you see the development profile now, SHACKA. You see all on that about. There's the government has to play the primary role,
Of course.
Look at the state and condition of our infrastructure. Jamaica has never been in a better condition since emancipation than 2016. When I say 2016 gave Jamaica, or has given Jamaica, the biggest opportunity to accumulate resources
and dash it well.
to effect, and
This government has squandered it and has admitted failure, you know. Because 5 in 4, remember when they came in office and saw the base, the foundation laid, everything straight, all the blocks them straight, all of the column them straight, everything. They said, yes, we can grow this economy by 5% in 4 years, and they have failed.
How much quarters of negative growth we are experiencing? How much?
No, we are experiencing 10 quarters of decline in the recovery. 10 quarters. So we are actually going into negative growth now.
Exactly. It is negative. No matter how we pretty up and try to statisticize it. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It means the economy is flat.
Yes.
Dead.
Yes.
Dead.
Yes.
That's dead.
Yes.
Economy this. Yeah? So with all the chattings that is being executed, it cannot compensate for where we are, and people need to wake up, because tomorrow morning, if they exit the stage, you're gonna find that boy going. You see, let's set up the country, you know. Them set up the country every time this country is set to launch. Yeah, them people that come and set it back double time. That is their. Just check it. Check the records. Check the history. Every time it launches up. Yeah, it is pulled down
man.
by this democratic process.
Because remember, you know, when they came in power in 2007, we didn't have any loan agreement with the IMF. Because at that time, everybody knew that the IMF was not the place to go if you want to build your infrastructure and grow your economy. They decided to take us back to the IMF, made a major blunder by taking the wrong deal, and turn the economy down, crash the economy. And everybody wants to forget those 4 years. And when the economy was rebuilt, and as you said, 2016 was our best launching pad. We were ready to take off. Ready to take off.
And what they have done with it.
Oh God, they have squandered that base.
Hey, everywhere in Jamaica, you know, everywhere, all the infrastructure in Jamaica, yeah, has been so damaged that 45 billion, yeah, is a drop in the bucket, yeah, and it's not taking off. But you know, I just want to leave that as it is, and I mean the final point, yeah.
Talk to me.
You see, right now, what we have in, and say, all right, let's go back to Portland. The Tim Bamboo, the Frenchman's Cove, the what them name them,
the Palace Hotel,
the Palace,
Trident,
the Palace, the Trident, and the smaller ones in and around the place. Listen to me now. All we have to do to incentivize or catalyze these opportunities, you know, is what? Is to build out a proper infrastructure. All right. You see, if we build the road, you see, if we build out the road in this, like in the Rio Grande Valley, we will solidify, the road situation. Then it is easy, and we have the vision like what you espoused this morning, you and others. It is easy. All the country is beginning, you know, lay the foundation in education, lay the foundation in opportunity by building out the infrastructure. And if we use another example, while we build out infrastructure, we talk about Boston, which can really catalyze development in that area. And you talk about the expansion, of Boston jerk. I'm talking,
right.
If we can do that, build out that in itself, you know, is a puller.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
But
so another one pull, you know, we build out Boston Beach is built out. Let us go Winifred. Let us build out that. Is a pull, you know, man. So there are some call it simple things, indigenous things, and they know that the indigenous things are able to do that, you know, but they don't want the indigenous to do it. They want to superimpose a brand that is alien to Jamaica and cause us not to appreciate through that. Because those built out, the indigenous building out, you know, we will capitalize on the opportunities, that are connected to these, you know.
Yes. Yes.
We will capitalize on that. We will set up our different little small businesses around.
But you see what they do to Boston though, Mystical. You see what they do?
Yeah.
I mean, and sometimes I pity the people in Boston. Because Boston, with its rich heritage, has been allowed to deteriorate. And then the health inspectors went in, did their work, and they closed it down. And
that's a design, you know, man. As much
hold on. And that's the point I'm making to you now. They have closed it down. And to date, the MP has not gone there to assist in sorting out the issues that they are having at Boston. And I want to make it clear because these issues are not new issues. But why is it that the government could fix up Williams Field? The government could fix up Crab Circle. The government could fix up so other gastronomy areas around the island. But they have never saw it fit to build out Boston. Why?
No, they don't want to build out Boston. They want to build out Bombrook Prime Property in a town center. Yeah, that them want. Them no want anything to do with the indigenous, anything to do with the natives of this land. Don't expect those whom we vote for.
I want to use this opportunity to do, Mystical. Hold on. I want to use this opportunity to say something to the health inspectors and the authorities. Do not kill the originality or the indigenous part of Boston. Please don't kill it. Yes, do not kill it, because my information that I am getting on the ground seems that there is an attempt to kill that aspect of Boston. And I beg of you.
How old is Boston at that location? How long it has been there?
Let me give you a little bit let me give you a little bit of history, you know, because what really happened, you know, Mystical. How jerk really started in Boston was by the Maroons, you know. What used to happen is that the Maroons used to come down from the mountains to put banana on the ship, because the first banana ship really came to Boston.
Yeah, Port Antonio.
No, not Port Antonio. Boston. Boston. Okay. That's how Boston got its name, because the banana ship used to carry the banana to Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, US.
So they came down to Boston, and remember now those days you don't have telephone to know exactly the exact date when the ship are come. So when they come down to Boston, maybe them have to down there for a little while, so them start jerk the port, them carry down the wire log, and them jerk it right there. So that's from them time the jerk start at Boston, you know, brother.
Okay.
So a years. But
that location
not the exact, but it's right around there, because you see where Boston Beach Complex is now. It's just to the further east, Saw Creek. Yeah. That's where the ship used to come in.
Okay.
Yeah, so right in that vicinity, the ship used to come.
Yeah, man. So how do we incentivize the dolphins? Yeah. As you talk about the falls and so forth and so on, we are underserving our people. You think them people who say them are representative that have served you, they're related to you, man. They're related to our indigeneity. They only just have to dance and palava.
Of course, and they don't understand our people and where we're coming from, brother. They have no understanding.
Our people just a masquerade around and a laugh and a chatter, and at the same time they abuse themselves, you know, by the decisions that they make, because they are uneducated, so to do. And then you uneducate them and deprive them, and so you have them eating out of your little doghouse. Yeah?
And them get up every day and talk about how much money the people them have. What about your money? How much money you have? You're talking about how much money the people them have and how them have enough money. What about your money?
But then we always have it.
Of course.
Will always have it, and you will have none.
I don't know just that, Mystical. It's your money them have. It's your money them a take. The money where you forget them take it.
Exactly.
And show up on you with it.
It's a system, man.
them have to learn the system and understand the system as African people around here. So, you know, them have to understand the system. Yeah? And nobody can dance like we.
Them no understand it, yeah, my brother.
Dance and them yeah.
We're there still.
Bless up yourself, man.
One love party. Respect. Thanks for the call.
Take care, bud.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
You're listening to Portland Spice TV. My name is Colin Bell. We are here every Saturday morning, live on Portland Spice TV. On a Tuesday night, we are on as well. But on a Tuesday night, we are joined by Styles FM 96.1, 96.5, 96.7. And we are also joined on a Tuesday night by Caribbean Radio HD up there in New York City, in Florida. Yeah, man. And what we talk is the truth. We just speak unadulterated truth. Who vex. My mother said it's an offense. And Auntie Dawn had it's not a sin to talk the truth. And people will carry belly for you because you talk the truth. But at time, on the delivery, baby. We have not spoken this morning about the Prime Minister going to the Supreme Court for judicial review on the Integrity Commission report. We haven't spoken about that this morning. And we're now going to make that slide and become a 9-day wonder, you know, because what is happening in Jamaica is a small country ensuring that the few don't loot the coffers that is to take care of the masses. And therefore, the Integrity Commission was put in place to ensure that our leaders have integrity. Our leaders are honest and not enriching themselves from taxpayers' money. So, the law of illicit enrichment. And that is one of the things that the Prime Minister is seeking judicial review on, to get rid of the whole thing about illicit enrichment. I said to the people of Ocherius, Northeast St. Ann, you went out last Monday and you voted. Do you know if Matthew Samuda is one of the 8 persons under investigation for illicit enrichment? Do you know? Did you ask that question? You see, Jamaicans, we have to know what it is that we are about. You have to know yourself. But Marcus Garvey said, black people never know themselves till them backed against the wall. And when you're backed against the wall, it's a hard time for you to really find out who you are. Because that time you're upon dirt. And you could have found out who you are when you had a base to launch from. But we are too easily satisfied. We are too easily satisfied. And we don't ask for much. But guess what? It is said that if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Any road. So I have been pleading and begging my people to ask pertinent questions. To know what you're defending or what it is that you're voting for. Because if a man come and say vote for me and him not making a promise and you vote for him, there is no expectation. So you want to live your life? You don't expect nothing, so anything satisfy you? We have to do better. We have to do better than that, Jamaicans. We have to do better than that. Because when I look at my local, my East Portland, and all that we have in our area, and look at what we have achieved thus far, we haven't gotten our fair share. But maybe I me alone want more, me no know. Maybe I me alone I say we deserve whole heap. Seems like a lot of people are saying, yeah, we're good, man. Me can't accept what we have gotten as enough. It is not. And we can get a whole heap more. And we can do a whole heap more for the generation to come. So I beg of you, my East Portland people, my blood relatives, stop settling for less when we can get more. Yeah? Stop settling for mediocrity. As we wrap up this morning, the injustice that has been done to our children, students of Happy Grove and Titchfield High School, is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I know that the MP and the mayor and the councillors should be doing more to ensure that those schools are sorted out in short order. Portland Spice TV morning.
Good afternoon, Mr. Buchanan.
Hello, morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm good in a walk, Mr. Campbell.
A wise man will ask for wisdom, and a foolish man will ask for food for his belly.
Yeah.
When you nourish the mind, all is possible.
Yes.
But when you nourish the belly, it's just 1 hour, 3 hours.
Yeah, man.
Or 2.
And we say teach a man to fish, but some people just want the fish, them don't want to learn how to catch it for themselves.
Exactly. And Mr. Buchanan, the people.
No, my name is Colin Bell.
Oh, Colin Bell. Sorry, man. I keep calling. Mr. Bell. The people is the build block of any society. Just like if you go and build a house and you dig the foundation and you set it. If you use sand from the sea, the salt going undermine the building and it will crumble after a while.
Right.
So it's the same thing. If you're building a society, you must build it with literate people. You must build it with educated people. And we talk about this the other night. If you have $1, spend 50 cents on education because you can't eat root.
I don't know why we lose him. We lost the caller. Call us back, please. 804-7072. Education is the foundation to build a nation. Sorry about that, my brother. I don't know what go down. Talk to me.
I was just saying, if you have $1, spend 50 cents per education. I'm just being,
yes.
I'm not saying that. But you can't go eat root in the meantime and banana. But you see, when you acquire that knowledge, you can move mountain.
Yes.
China use education and catch up to the West in 50 years and pass everybody except the United States, and maybe in some cases have passed US already.
But let me say something to you. Let me show you something about your education. Had it not been for education, tube out a crumble already,
Long time. But you know, Mr. Bell, Michael Manley, our hero, he understood that
Yes.
Because he came out of the upper class and he knew that education was the key. And what did he do? He said free education. And Mr. Bell, if you go and do an audit of all of the people in the parliament at Jamaica, especially the people that grew up poor, I would wager to bet that most of them benefited from that free education when it was in place.
A lot of them.
Then the SHACKA come and took that out of the system. And can you imagine if that had gone on for another 10 to 15 or 20 years?
Where would have been? Yes. Yes, because right now in Jamaica, tertiary level education is the problem. A lot of people cannot afford it.
Yes, because if you're looking okay, let's use Africa for an example. Do you know that no matter how poor you are in Africa, you have to pay to go to school? And if you can't pay, you won't be allowed to go to school? Think about that. And yet still, you know, the amount of corruption and stuff you'll see on the continent, if they had put those dollars into education, how different the continent would be. And there's lots of Africa that is developed. I'm not saying all of it. I'm just saying education is what Singapore used to get to where it is today.
Of course.
And when Andrew Olney stood there and talked about he wants Jamaica to be the Singapore of the Caribbean, knowing that we don't have the education in place to achieve that. This man is a con man.
And they're not prioritizing education while he's saying that.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a wicked act because he knows. I don't think he's a stupid person. He knows that what he's saying is just gaslighting. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. If you love your people, you will give them education because education is the key to development. Every developed society that you look at across the globe they have used education to take themselves out of poverty.
Yes.
So how can you let education languish and you come with all of your, platitudes?
Well, let me tell you something, Carla.
Your flowery language.
Let me tell you something. Jamaica have an opportunity now to ensure that we get back on track. And I am imploring our people not to miss this opportunity. So for those of you who normally sit down and don't vote, you're going to need to come out and vote and ensure that we remove this Labour Party from government to give Jamaica an opportunity to start growing again, my brother.
If you love your country, that's what you do. And you know what is so, bad is that the people who vote tend to be more on the uneducated side of the spectrum, and the people who are educated have now withdrawn themselves. People who should know better have withdrawn themselves from the political process. What is the only process that you have to make change in a democratic
Exactly, and thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. We have too many educated people who sit down and say they're not voting. Way over 60% of our people do not vote. But time come, my brother.
I am hoping, before I get off, I believe that Mark Golden is going to who is the person who will transform the society, in that I think the first thing you have to have is love for the people. The second thing, you have to be a decent person.
Yes.
You understand? And I think Mark Golden is both of those character. And I'm hoping that the Jamaican people will make the right choice and at long last send this gang, because I call them a gang, because if you have a prime minister who is so corrupt and not one of you can step out and say, no, at long last you have to go.
Yeah.
The Conservative Party in England kicked out Johnson, It wasn't the Liberals. It was the Conservative Party.
Right.
He had to go.
Well, there's a saying that says birds of a feather flock together,
Yes, well,
Show me your company, I tell you who you are.
Mr. Bell, there's a pyramid scheme in corruption, You have to corrupt everybody.
Well, when I used to work with SATCOM, we had a general manager who came from Nigeria. And that's what he said to us. He said, look here, man, when you're doing corruption, you ensure that everybody around is apartheid. Yeah. So nobody can boss. Everybody have to work with it.
That's what has happened to the JLP party.
Yeah, man.
Good day, Mr. Bella. Continue to listen. Thank you.
One love, my brother. Thanks for the call. Listeners and viewers, let me thank you this morning for joining me right here on Portland Spice TV, and remind you to join me Tuesday night, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Jamaica time, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. in the United States of America. Yeah, man. And we'll be on Styles FM and on Caribbean Radio. This has been yet another show, Talk to Me, with yours truly, Colin Bell. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Thanks to all the people in the chat room. Bless upon yourself. Cayman Islands, I see you. South Carolina, I see you inside the house. New York, big up on yourself. Yeah, man. One love and thanks. Until we meet again, may the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace, now and forevermore. Until we meet again Tuesday night, Colin Bell saying, peace out. One love. First time listener? Yes, man. Welcome and morning. Join us again Tuesday night. We're on 8. Or if you are in America, 9 o'clock your time. Blessings. One love, my peeps.